Yo, microphone check. 1, 2. What is this? What is this?
This is Saturday morning, man. This is Revolutionary Minds, man, and we are here live from the Cultivating Mature Positivity Studios, man. Listen, man, today we're talking about parenting, right? On and off stage, bro.
Yes.
Like, because it gets a little tricky, it gets a little hard, a little difficult sometimes to be able to stay. Let me put it like this. We didn't get any books on how to be parents.
No manual whatsoever.
No manual.
Good morning.
I myself have 8 children.
That's a flock.
I have a lot of children, and I share those children with 5 different women, 5 different personalities.
Yes.
5 different egos, 5 different attitudes, 5 completely different.
You got to start in 5.
Loving moments.
Yeah, we're starting 5 in the bench worth of kids, right?
I love them all.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, I love them all for what they bring. You feel me? Never will I ever hit them upside the head, yell at them, fuss at them for anything that they cannot bring. We could just say what we need to do to move forward. Now, how they view me is completely different.
Completely different.
You feel me? I'm the devil. I'm the bad guy. Good morning, Dante. I'm the bad guy. I'm the guy with the knife in the.
Well, let me stick a knife back at that.
Right.
You're not the bad guy. First, we're going to start by saying, good morning, everybody. Good morning, everyone. And as usual, you already know when our good brother, Uncle P, gets on these 1s and 2s, he's going to go ahead and
it's hard to stop.
Be very, very introspective. But we got to say good morning to our evolutionary minders that's out there that's listening. And also this good morning period, because we've been on a little hiatus for 2 weeks, right?
2 weeks, man.
Doing some house cleaning, handling things, doing stuff behind the scenes, because we always want to put out a good product to you, the people, right?
Yes.
And normally we definitely do our introductions first,
all right,
and then let Uncle P jump in. But sometimes
we were just talking,
right?
You feel me? So
talking.
like I get
just wanted to shout y'all out, let y'all know that we know you're here, people, right? And we're gonna get back to what me and P do best, because it's all going to tie into our topic.
It is.
So there we go, devil's advocate, as you said. You know, continue what you were saying, good brother.
No, just how difficult it is to do everything the way someone else wants you to do it.
That's heavy. That's heavy.
You know, I got the radio station. You feel me? And for years, I was trying to make enough money to keep the radio station open.
Okay.
You feel me? Like, I have to work. I had to work for that. You feel me? Because I get it, right? Nobody knew what it was. Nobody understood what it was about. You feel me? Like, it's hard to find supporters.
And that's in any, here we go.
Right.
Let's make sure that's in anything, though.
Right. I know. Right. That's in any business.
Yes, in any business. It's hard to find good people.
They say the first 5 years is when you figure out whether or not you should continue with the business.
Whether to hold it or fold, right?
So if I would have did that, after 5 years, I would have said, no, there's no way this can continue.
What made you become insane at the 5-year mark of this baby that we're sitting in right now, to say, you know what, I gotta go against the status quo. I'm just gonna be different. My approach is gonna be different this time around.
I mean, this time around, there's more at risk. There's more on the table. You feel me? If we don't continue to talk about the things that we should do to change, we'll be lost.
Okay.
I think right now we're in a state of flux, right? With our people, with our children. With our community, right?
Talk to me.
And we need to have a place where people can just come and talk about what they see, how they view things, right? That's all CMP
is all about.
That's all we've been about since we first started,
so
right?
Still cultivating.
Yes, still cultivating mature positivity.
Okay.
What is mature positivity? People ask.
What is it?
It's understanding that negative exists. It's understanding that negative can get you down, but allowing in a mature way to just stay positive.
Right. Negative is a bad guy.
Right? Because
the elephant in the room, right?
The more you think about positive, the more positive things you have.
Right.
The more you think about negative, the more negative things you have. I've told tons and tons of people this over since 2020.
So we're going on 5 years. You're on a 5-year run.
I'm on a 5-year run with telling people that just but it's longer than that. But
I get it, but right.
Being out in the community and serving the community is a pleasure for me.
Because that's your passion.
Like the things that I love to do, I want to be able to do. But I also understood that now that I'm taking more out, now that I'm giving more out, I need something to come back.
Here you go. You need some reciprocity. Meaning, look, I'm not saying I'm gonna scratch your back, and I need you to scratch mine.
Go ahead.
But in the same token, correct me if I'm wrong.
Right.
If I'm doing something, and then on my end you see something that I might need some assistance with, and not only do I need assistance, but you're good at that.
Right.
Why aren't you kind of picking me up? Right. And allowing me to kind of optimize the best version of myself.
People are feared to have piss on their head. People are scared to get shit on their shoulder.
Well,
you feel me? And this is life. Like someone will piss on your head, someone will shit on your shoulder. Throughout life, there isn't a person in this world.
It's very raw in a sense, right?
There isn't a person in this world that hasn't experienced that. But what we do in our community is say, oh, yeah, I support you, but I'm not going to let you get above me. Well, how does anybody get above someone? They need the people to pick them up.
Crabs in the barrel, which we talked about 2 weeks ago.
We're not in a barrel.
It's not a barrel. Okay, just crabs just trying to get off
in
the
natural
habitat.
In their natural habitat, they work together.
Right.
They don't pulley on each other.
But here we go. Here go the difference.
But on facing death.
In their natural habitat, they're still in a barrel because their vision is narrow.
They're facing death.
Yes.
These crabs know they're facing death.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Metaphorically speaking, folks, understand that when we're trying this.
Facing death, that's why they're fighting the way they're fighting.
Yes. And then they don't understand it.
They're fighting with each other.
This is a perfect segue. Uncle P, you have mastered the art of know how to just regurgitate the material.
Rich Bly, what's up, bro?
Into today's topic.
Yeah, come on.
Technically, it's like today's topic, Evolutionary Minders, is this. It's called adulting, and more adulting. And when I say that, I need that to resonate in your soul for a moment. Take time to just reflect on being that adult. You have some of your upstanding adults out there. You have a lot of wayward adults out there. You have a mix of both. But at the end of the day, one thing for sure, two things for certain. Once you hit a certain age, you are now considered a full-fledged adult.
Boy.
And there's a lot of things that come with being an adult that any right-minded or same-minded adult would do. They would follow these certain practices, correct? First of all, being an adult within yourself. You know, you got to be upstanding. You got to create an image for yourself that you stand on, that when you're out here in the community or wherever you're at, that sticks with you. And even further, evolutionary minders is this. If you eventually extend your namesake by having kids, I'm going to say it again. If you extend your namesake by having kids, I'm not just talking about a junior. We're talking about boys, girls, twins, all the above. This whole thing called adulting, that you're already dealing with the real life ill wills that outside of dealing with children. We said that don't go anywhere. It only compounds the matter, right? When you have kids involved as far as you adulting. So one of the things that we wanted to talk about on today's episode of Revolutionary Minds was the role of the father and their perspective in the household.
Right. I mean, that's all we can talk about.
Because there's no female here, and guess what? But also, don't
think we don't want a female up here.
Right. No.
Because we're looking for one.
But here go a filter. And here go the filter is this. Right. How often do we get to hear that perspective from a man, in a sense? Without, and I'm gonna say, you hear the perspective, but it's always triggered by some type of action that doesn't happen in life with maybe that's it, mother of their children, for them to act uncharacteristic or do uncharacteristic things or stand their ground on certain things. So we want to give you the man perspective. And the first piece that we want to delve into is this. What is the man's expectations? Or what are the man's expectations of themselves when they are raising their children? Now, we can go from a father to a son, father to a daughter, a father to both. What
a father to all children
that we set for ourselves?
A father to all children. Expectations that
let's start talking about those expectations.
The expectation for me is consistency.
Okay. Right. In which regard?
In all regards, right? Being there.
Right.
Right. Being somewhere where my children can come to gain experience, to gain knowledge. You feel me? Like for a long time in my life, I just thought it was about money.
Right.
You feel me? Being able to provide. You feel me? buy
Think
new
about it.
sneakers, buy new clothes, you feel me? Give you money, buy new phones, buy new tablets, buy
Right.
new AirPods, buy new this, buy new that. And the one thing that I've learned is buying things and giving people money does not accumulate to respect.
And it doesn't have anything with being consistent. You're just consistently
ATM.
That's
Right.
it.
And when you become an ATM, you got to understand, right? That's all you'll ever be. Purchases get bigger as kids get older.
So money can't
feel
buy
me?
you love, right?
Money cannot buy you love. I don't care who you are. Now, if you got millions of dollars, then of course, you feel me, you do that. But think about this. Most children that grow up in a millionaire household feel neglected.
I know where you're going at.
You
with
understand what I'm
this.
saying?
Yes.
They
We're not gonna
get
put it in
mad, they get
universe, right?
upset, they
And they
frustrated,
they
they
take
take it out on the
schools.
community, they take it out
Yes.
on the schools, they take it
Yes.
out wherever. And most of the kids that want to be loved and be appreciated, you feel me? Like they don't get that. They don't get the love. They don't get the appreciation. So then you think about somebody that doesn't really have it like that, but they give their child consistency and they give their child direction.
And consistency could be more so or less
Love,
the presence.
presence, being there, being attentive, being aware, talking to your children, having conversations with them, being able to open up doors for them. Me and my son, 18 years old, just graduated high school. We sat and we talked. Said he wanted to go into the Air Force. I let him say it. You feel me? Like, I knew he really didn't want to go, but that was for his mom. You feel me?
Right.
So while he's talking to his mom about going into the Air Force, I'm sitting there having conversations with him about what do you want to do?
There we go.
You feel me?
And you see, you sat down with him, right? So could we have that same interaction with future father and future mother before we even?
No,
because I think that could lead to those expectations being clear cut.
No, because somebody can know you.
Am I a dreamer by even putting out there in the universe?
You are a dreamer only for the fact that.
Talk to me, man. Go ahead, rap to me.
A lot of my past, I was married.
Right.
You feel me? There's only one or two, my ex-wife and my youngest baby mom, that dealt with me after my marriage was over. You feel me?
Because you say that during that time, your consistency. How was that?
Like I said, I was just pouring money in.
Right.
You feel me? I was hustling. I was making money, so it wasn't no big deal. You feel me? My kids were smaller at that time. And then I learned, because my daughter went to college, I learned who I was when she went. She went in 2020, right? I started working for the DA, you feel me, in 2020. You feel me? Like being out in the community, doing everything, making the money, getting paid, you feel me? And all she knew was to ask.
Right.
You feel me? She didn't have to give me anything. All she knew was to ask. And we had a lot of arguments, bro, a lot of fussing, a lot of fighting.
And even with that, though, do you feel like, even in the moments that were uncomfortable moments, did that help?
It did.
Cultivate the relationship
where we are now?
Where you are now,
right?
Especially
Absolutely.
With a kid involved.
Absolutely.
So being consistent, even when we're not on the same page.
No, I mean that's what it's about, right? So for me, it was all about being held accountable, right?
Right.
So what am I not doing? What am I not doing correctly, right? And I get it. For everyone else, it's different. You feel me? It's not the same for everybody, right?
Right.
So accountability for me it's not regret, but it has some form of regret involved with it.
You got to reflect on some things that you did in the beginning.
Regret is not a bad word.
It's not.
And people put negative connotations on words that are not negative, bro, like constantly, right? So we always get this, you feel some type way because you messed up. Yes, absolutely. I should. You feel me? So I should be apologetic. I should try to figure out how can I make this better. Don't get mad at me if I'm trying to figure it out. You feel me? Because it's life. We're all trying to figure it out.
And I can double down on that with you as far as trying to figure out and being consistent. I'm going to say that I think a lot of the man's plight are those two key components. That one, we trying to figure it out because the pressure cooker, here we go, the fire's put to your feet, right? You want to be able to provide. We want to provide. Me as a man, a father of three, I want to be able to provide, regardless.
At all times.
So there's already expectations that I'm putting on myself that's going to be way higher than what the mother of my children could put on me. Because it's like, that's what I stand for. I want to make sure that at the end of the day, I'm able to do the things for my kids because I know in that light. And that doesn't mean, when I say provide, and I'm sure you say this as well, this doesn't have to do anything with money all the time.
Right.
I think we get that misconstrued that when we talk about providing for our kids, oh, I just need money. No, the biggest thing is one is your presence. You said it from the age of 1 through 7. They're sponges. They're going to mop that up.
They're going to mop
so
it up.
being able to be consistent, right? And also introspective, we're looking at your regrets from mistakes because there's no manual.
No, none.
So here we go. Even when we're trying to be consistent, because the first piece is consistency.
Right.
Because you're laying down that foundation with your kid and the expectation that you're setting. Because here we go. Are we training up mom how to raise our kid? Are we? Is mom trying to train us how we're raising our, and vice versa? Or are we modeling to our kid, this is how I move in the world. And I know you're going to get different perspectives out here in the world, including your moms. And that's not a bad thing. But when it come time for me and you talk, and if you happen to fall off of your straight and narrow, these expectations, standards, and me being consistent with you, I'm going to hold that to you forever. And forever hold my peace, knowing that I did my job. That I provided you with a platform, son or daughter, and when those moments happen, I'm not sugarcoating when you come to me because my expectations that I have for you have already been set.
Right.
Can we say the same thing, that same way of thinking is kind of reciprocated on the other end as far as understanding?
From the mom?
Yes.
No.
Understanding us with that perspective.
No. Because if you don't, listen, how you start is how you end, right? So if we start wrong, then we're going to end wrong. Unless both of us come to an understanding that, we got to go to the beginning. Like when we started, we weren't supposed to start at all.
And that's the consistency piece.
We need to change how we're dealing with each other. Right? Like I can love you and I can love touching you and being around you, but we can't do that anymore, right? It's not
different.
It's not about the sex.
It has evolved.
Because once a woman gives you sex, me personally, you feel me? I don't feel this that they feel. You feel me? But it's something about, owning or being.
There's a connection, as they call it.
Right. For me, it's not.
Right. Okay.
Right. Because I grew up.
So you're not connected. You're not like
it was
a Lego.
traded.
You're not Lego.
Vagina was traded.
Okay.
On a regular. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, 100. Right. It was traded. Right. It was bought. It was sold.
So the way
feel me?
You looked into it was
the way
different.
no, that's it. See, I need a little bit more than just vagina.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I need some words of encouragement. If I feel like you're uplifting me, then you could be right here. You can stand by my side. But if you're not, if you're every time we pick up the phone, every time we have a conversation, every time we text, it turns into an argument, bro. I need you to get 50 feet away from me.
Does
my
that
kids
get in
can
the
come
way
close.
Of the expectation that you set for your kid? Or that meant, here we go, not just you, because
if we argue in front of our children every time, we are teaching our children how to communicate. If we yell and fuss and scream and holler, we are teaching our children how to communicate in a very negative way.
So we're not modeling anything.
Nothing positive. Nothing positive. So how do we expect our children, because you should want your children, period, to be better than you.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
In some shape, form, or fashion.
So if we're not talking, if we're not able to have a conversation in a calm tone and admit where we went wrong, where I went wrong, because I always say, listen, I'm not 100% right, so I take people's opinions and criticisms and say, okay, I can change that. You feel me? I can do that much better. You feel me?
Gotcha.
Recently, currently, the last year and a half, I lost my mom, bro.
Right.
So I'm dealing with even wanting to still be here. Because the person that loved me unconditionally, the person that lifted me up every day when I got a divorce, the person that taught me I could do a whole lot better, the person that told me the night before she died that she was proud of me, she's not here anymore.
Right.
So I don't have the woman that's sitting there by me and will stay. I get it. So a mother's love is different than
but
a
it ties into your expectations.
Bro,
so you go.
No, I
you
don't.
say consistency.
Consistency.
But then you just model how this is the ideal
for a woman standing next to me.
Yeah, a mother for your child.
Right.
So that's part of your ideal of this is your expectation as a man that you're setting with your kid.
Yes.
Okay, as your counterpart.
Love your children that way.
Right.
Talk to your kids that way.
Right.
I don't need you. You don't necessarily have to talk to me that way because we're not together anymore. And we understand why we're not together anymore. It was difference of opinion.
So speaking respectfully is one of your, outside of consistency, speaking respectfully
Boy,
in the heat of the moment?
Boy, in the heat of, what is there in the heat of the moment? There is no heat of the moment anymore.
There shouldn't be.
We should not be that sexually compatible or talking to each other on that level. Like, why are you upset with me? Hold on, calm down.
Right.
What are you talking about? Let's have a conversation.
It starts there all the time.
I'll bring it all the way down.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with, because one thing I know for sure, she can't beat me. And then if you get to including brothers and cousins and uncles and nephews and shit, I got them too. Right. And mine a little crazy too. So we could go to war.
It's not about being
tough. It was never about going to war. I don't want to go to war with you because you have my children. I don't want to hurt you because you have my children.
Right.
When women attack men, when women talk to men disrespectfully, when women talk about men in front of their children disrespectfully, you are harming your child's growth. You are turning your child into a worse version of you.
Ask this question. I'm going to answer this question for me then. Is that effect going to be more detrimental to the boy, to the son, or to the daughter?
See, when my boys, they're different.
Okay.
You feel me?
In which way?
And in every way possible. I need them to be 100% different than me.
Okay.
Right? So me, 12 years old, my father had just passed away. I was out here looking for a father. I was out here looking for a man to lead me, to talk to me, to show me how to come up. And what I ran into was hustlers and drug dealers and robbers.
And pretty much the circle you ran.
Right. And that grew me. You feel me? Like that allowed me to grow inside of that. Now, a lot of mistakes was made in that time. You feel me? I went upstate at 28 and said, I ain't never coming back up here. But one thing I didn't understand, and I talked about it today, was moderation. You feel me? Because I came home and I still had I wasn't smoking, you feel me? But I still had that need because I had a lot of pain inside of me and I was trying to run from it. So I would go get high. I would go pop some Percocets. I stopped smoking weed. I popped some Percocets. I was getting a lot of Percocets, bro, for my back. My back's still jacked up and my knee, but I ain't worried about it. You feel me? Like I stopped taking a Percocet. But then the pain. Why would I always find a different woman? Because it was a space where the woman that I loved, the woman that I wanted to be with was mad at me for what I ended up doing.
And obviously this woman that you love was tied very intrinsically to your expectations that you set for your kids.
That I set for myself, that I set for who I wanted to be. Absolutely, she was very much tied, but she was mad. So I just wanted to be somewhere where it was nobody mad. Again, I was running from that situation.
That's where you go back with so many regrets. Right. And that's a normal thing. And also, sometimes as we're setting these expectations, there's no manual. As we have said 1,000 times over, right? So the expectations, they could change. They can evolve over time.
Expectations are supposed to change.
And I'm going to say this, these are all learning tools, right? Because life experiences, some things you're not going to always have an answer for everything. But I feel like when you do have expectations and you're following those keys to kind of instill that into your kids, it does give you a roadmap on how you're going to move in other endeavors with that kid, right?
Absolutely.
So you say expectation, you bring a regret. I say with me raising a kid, definitely my expectation is I'm always moving the goalposts, right? When I'm moving the goalposts further than what my goalposts were set for me. And that's not knocking or putting an indictment on our parents. We're now living in a world where information is in abundance. It's at your fingertips. And I'm going to limit and say this, that I truly believe that if our parents had these resources and had access to get information the way we have it in this world we live in today, a lot of their experience with us as parents to us in our young formative years will even be more enriched. I had a good upbringing.
A very good upbringing.
Very good. Where both my mom and dad, they exemplify some core essentials that carry with me today.
Absolutely.
Right? And even with my expectations to my son and my two daughters, even of myself, or even my wife, you dig what I'm saying? I hear myself carry some of those principles over.
We had very good parents. Mm-hmm. Very good parents. Like I said, my other half to my mom just dropped off when I was 12. Mm-hmm. And no one really stepped into that position. Right. You feel me? So because it dropped off, now I'm leaning to the side. You feel me? And
right.
I'm more susceptible to the things that are happening outside in the community. You feel me? That I wouldn't have been if my father was
Right.
there. You feel me? He was the blocker. You feel me? And he was the authoritarian. If he said do it, it got done. I don't care how long it took me to get done. It was going to get done. It was going to get done the right way, the
Right.
way he wanted it. You understand what I'm saying?
Expectations was also carrying over what your parents has instilled in you.
Right. So from that, I try to do the same thing with my children. Now, what happens is because there's so many houses,
Right.
and I'm not capable of taking care of all of them houses like a man
this.
should.
You're like
I'm
this.
not,
You're stretched.
bro. I'm not running from the
Mr.
responsibility
Fantastic.
of taking care of all 5 houses if I could, but I can't.
You are the
You
Black
understand what I'm
Reed
saying?
Richards.
Like so, if I can't do that, then we need to come to some sort of agreement to understand what I can do. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're not you're not judging this fairly. You're really not, right? And me living in my house, when my children come here, they're one. They're not 8 different kids.
No, right.
They're one. You feel me? They're brother, sister. You feel me? Like, and they should understand this. Now I have older kids, 23, 21, 18. That's the first 3. Now if you look at those 3, you'll be like, shit, it's nothing wrong. Like, one daughter graduated college. The other daughter is up Philly working in a hospital. Okay. You feel me? Doing good stuff. My son is going to school. You feel me? Trying to work on airplanes. He's working for UPS. He's doing what they're all in good positions.
How does that make you feel as a father?
It makes me feel great.
You feel like you played a very
I know I did.
Okay.
You feel me? But
on both sides.
But
does it lean to any other side from the daughter to your sons?
What you mean? Any other side?
As far as you feeling like very proud, like we know you put your work in with your kids, like we all do, right? But we want to believe that it's even. Excuse me, it's even.
Right.
It's not.
Right. It's not.
As far as during that moment when you was raising them,
right?
Where did you focus your attention?
I really took care of my daughters, and I let their mother teach them how to be a woman. Never interfering, never thinking that I knew better. If mom said no, it was a no.
Right.
You feel me? I'm not going against mom. At no point in none of my kids do I ever go against their mother. Okay. You feel me? For me, with a son, it's different because I can teach him how to be a man.
Because you have been one.
I can't teach a young lady how. I can teach him through mistakes that I've made. Son, wear a condom. Son, make sure you talk to a female correctly. Son, don't value a moment over a lifespan. I value moments. I value running from the truth in my situation. If you ever got a problem, come talk to me. And if I feel as though we need to go to therapy, we're going to go. That's one thing I'm not going to run from my son is being accountable. Right. You feel me? Or my daughters. If any of them come to me and say, Dad, I really think we should go to therapy, we're going to go.
So accountability is another one of the essentials that's needed.
They're the only ones that really can hold me accountable.
That goes down to a father's expectation.
Bro.
And why is accountability important in that sense? And
because I need to know.
It's a rhetorical statement.
Go ahead.
Right? But why is it important?
Because I need to know. I need to know what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong. You feel me?
Is it because
I work for my children, bro?
But does it keep
they
you
are my
in
bosses.
a comfort level though?
Huh?
Does it give you a level of comfort knowing that I hold my kids accountable for me? It gives me the comfort knowing that when I go to bed at night, that I have literally done everything in my power to kind of make them see.
That's it.
And that's it. And guess what? Even if I failed, as far as they didn't see the whole scope of the picture,
right?
The fact I laid it on the table that when they get a chance to
they look at it again, they'll understand it.
Right, because you might not get it the first time.
I know, right? I know for a fact, being someone that grew up where I grew up, it doesn't hit you right away when your parents drop gems or tell you to do something a certain type of way. You feel me? It doesn't hit you the right way. Sometimes it upsets you. Sometimes right there in the middle. Yeah. Sometimes you get frustrated. Sometimes it holds you back from being the father you should be. Right.
And these are the boundaries that I'm gonna be honest with you. This is a struggle that us as men, it's like a civil war, man. We can't get past that point. What you just said, that's like the crutch, because there's always going to be like a hitch in the programming because you got one side that has their expectations they set, right? You have the standard set of expectations because let's be honest, hate to say it, but the side that we're in right now, the men are taking the pelt in when it comes to their household.
Bro.
So those expectations transform even more so, or they morph because mom is kind of like this uninterested in nothing but results, and they come to the fathers of the children, especially they're not with them. I need results. There's no middle ground. There's no talking. There's no time to reason. And honestly, we can feel their frustration.
I definitely feel their
And
frustration.
we can respect their
I
frustration.
respect the hell out of their frustration, but it's a way
tell them, talk to them.
It's a way you communicate
Right.
your frustrations. It's a way that you talk about what you want and what you need and what you deserve. It's a way to do all that because to be honest, you feel me? You never had this problem in the beginning.
Never.
You never had this issue in the beginning. Now, throughout years, now it's an issue. Now you want something from me, and I don't have a problem with providing it if I had it. If I had it, it would be done. You wouldn't be having this conversation. So obviously, there's something missing from me.
Right.
Now, how do you, I want my son to be the greatest man he can be. So I have to make sure I'm preparing him to do that. You want me to be the greatest father or the greatest baby father or the greatest whatever you want me to be, guess what? You got to help me.
So do their expectations, what they want from our kids, do that get in the way of the man?
They don't want anything.
Try and lay down the foundation of their own expectations.
I mean, you can. I'm not going to say I'm not going to say they don't want anything from their children because they do want things from their kids, right? But right now, when the bigger thing is what I'm not capable of providing and what I'm not capable of doing, then you put me down like I'm not a good father. And
so we're speaking from the vein of the struggle between mom and dad.
Yeah.
That technically they're not together, but
right.
they have kids that are truly involved on both sides.
On both sides.
And no parent is ratchet. Both parents, when it comes to taking care of their kids, they do their part.
They do their part, bro.
But unfortunately, when it come time to tie it all together,
it's a problem.
One party always want to outshine the other.
Not outshine, just overrule.
That's part outshine or whatever
it ain't even outshining, right? It's just saying I'm in charge, and I get it, right? If you have the children more than I do, if you're around the kids more than I do, you are the custodial parent. Right. I get that, right? But I'm a parent too,
and we gotta respect those boundaries.
And if you don't respect the boundaries, bro, then we'll have nothing but chaos. Because now I feel like I gotta fight. Now I feel like it's certain things that I shouldn't have to do. Now I'm like, oh, I don't give a fuck. You feel me? Sorry for cursing, sorry for yelling.
No, we're speaking from a place of passion.
It's real. When you come at me a certain type of way, I'm not used to being okay with that.
Can't be.
You feel me? But even though I have tried to, but nigga, seriously?
Right. Let's put our cards on the table. Let's take a look at them first, right? Before we start putting all on red, all on black, all on whatever, right? Let's put the cards on the table. Let's evaluate these cards that's on the table. Right. And through that evaluation, we might be stuck on the first piece because there's a lot to unpack.
A whole lot.
And we can't move on to the next one because right now I know that next one's just as important. But here we go. Why are we even having this conversation in the first place? It's for the best interest of our child.
Right.
And obviously, you trust me, we lay down in the bed.
Boy.
I'm going to see you lay down in the bed with man and woman.
Several times.
And especially you done did that quite a few times over.
And you never even you gave me something without locking me in.
Right.
I wasn't locked in. Nowhere.
But when you lay down with that person, there's always the risk of knowing that that could be your future. And I guess my thing is, do we really evaluate that piece?
No.
Before that wonderful gift of life come into the world?
No.
And during that time, before that wonderful gift between both future mom and dad come into play, is future mom and dad even having those conversations like, what are our expectations if we was to have a kid? A lot of times, those conversations, it would shy off. It would ruin the moment.
It would definitely.
Because who want to be in that moment? Let's be honest.
But you need to think about that.
Right.
So
Like
fuck growing in the moment. We need to have a conversation. If we were to have a kid, where do you think your kid will grow up? What do you think your kid will be into? Where would you educate your kid? How important is potty training? How important is talking to you? Who is gonna now after I've gone through it so many times?
It's exhaustive list, right?
Now it's like, you know what? Yeah, I don't think I will ever mess with a woman that can get pregnant again. I need to know that you have your kids, you're good with your kid. I'm good.
Because you gotta have that conversation.
Because I don't want to go through the rigmarole of doing it again and
so,
again.
Here we go.
And again.
Your expectations, a man's expectations in a household. Is it suffice to say? Is it fair that we have to also incorporate the woman into those expectations as well? Not her expectations, but making sure she's in line.
Yeah, what she sees. Absolutely.
Of our expectation when it comes to our side.
Not just understanding me, does she understand herself? Because most men and women, I'm not gonna put it all on the women. Most men and women really don't understand themselves. They're really running, right? And when you run, you just do whatever you want to do. It's like playing flag football. You just doing, you slipping, you sliding, you doing whatever. But you're running from responsibility. You're running from your pain. You're running from being accountable. You're running every time somebody tries to hold you accountable. Every time somebody tries to say something to you, you darting across the street. You feel me? You run across the street to somebody else's house. I know this for a fact because I did it.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not speaking from, this is what could be. No, I know for a fact. I did it. Then I went to therapy. Then I understood. Then I stopped. But it didn't stop the way it should have stopped. You feel me? Because I didn't have the proper equipment to do it. Right. You feel me? So now over the past 6-7 years of me learning how to do this stuff, now it's like, damn, okay, I can do this like this. Having my own space is a blessing now. You feel me? Because I don't need anyone. You can't hold a space over my head or a place for me to take a shower over my head for me to give you something.
Okay.
If that's the only reason why I was giving it to you, then that's my reason. You don't have to know. I don't have to tell you, the only reason why I'm sharing this with you is because you let me come here and take a shower.
And that would look like kind of petty anyway.
Ain't nobody got time for that. So, me growing and understanding how important it is to have your own space as a man, right? To be able to follow your own purpose as a man.
Is it being respected though? As far as those expectations,
see, I mean, no one is.
You need your space.
No one is coming past here disrespect. Anything that happens outside don't happen in this house. So the argument that happens outside don't happen in this house.
When you're with your kids.
When I'm with my kids, bro. And after I argue and fuss with you, I go in the house. I love my kids. I'm not mad at my kids for nothing.
Right.
The mom can come here, firebomb my car, and blow everything up. I don't care how you felt. I'm worried about how my kids receive how you felt.
And that's the lasting effect that we do have on our kids. Because all they do, they watch.
Bro.
They watch.
They do more than watch.
They watch, and then they take it, and they make it to their own thing. If you have a pattern, to be quite honest with you, where that's happening time and time and time again, where every time we are trying to, let's give parents credit. Here we go. We're going to give men and women this credit. They do try to communicate something at all times. At certain points, at certain junctures, the frustration kick in. And somebody's literally saying, you know what, I'm done. I'm done communicating all this. I'm just going to just do it my way and call it a day. And this is where we start to have those real moments. Those real moments of conflict of interest, where your kids acting a certain way around mom, they come around dad, and you wonder what the hell is going on, right? And vice versa. And it all starts, the root is, that kid is seeing the conflict all the time with mom and dad. And we still stuck on step one because we can't get anywhere. What do you expect? And that hurts, in my opinion. I'm not no expert in it, but I'm going to say it does hurt. It does hurt your expectations, what you're trying to instill in your kid, but also hurt that kid in the long run because they're going to emulate what they see. And it's way more than what you say to kids. We know that. Because you can say 100,000 things to a kid and do something that's appealing to them less than 10 times in your lifetime. And if it appeals to them like that, your kid, they're going to kind of remember that more than all the pearls you dropped on. So it's like we are now in a space where those expectations it's the way we move.
I didn't witness any of this that I'm dealing with. Right. And I understand it to a point, right? There's a saying, like, if grandfather walked, crawled, so son could walk. Right. So son after that could run. And so son after that could sprint. right?
And then the fly.
And then we go right back to crawling again because the one that sprinted never got the chance to tell the next generation how he sprinted.
So he's stuck on the treadmill.
So and so the next generation crawls
Great
again.
analogy.
The next generation crawls again. So I'm at the crawling phase. You feel me? And I'm telling my son how to walk as a man.
That is a very fine line.
As a man.
Yes.
Right? How to correctly understand. And even I didn't have all of that information, so I had to go join a group. You feel me?
Because you don't have all the answers.
Because I looked back at my grandfather and saw that he was a part of this group, and I never really got to meet my grandfather.
So this is a way of connecting.
Right?
With
He died in 1973, so I never really got a chance to meet him. But he's highly respected inside of this group. Highly respected over the years.
He left a legacy behind.
Then I looked at the other men that I saw in my community that were a part of this group, and I said, you know what? I need to go over here, right? Because it's like-minded men that are helping men understand how to stand up and walk straight. You feel me? So in my crawling, you feel me? I'm gathering information that will help and assist my son in walking straight. Already, he's at the school. Guess what? One of the brothers go there. Wow. You feel me? I graduated from there.
Great network.
Went in there, grabbed my son, said, nah. He said, I didn't even know that was your son.
And see,
you feel me? He was like, I was just going in there and looking for anybody from the city. Anybody from Chester.
Ties in with your expectations. Keep this, just once again, and this is a great example. This is something that you didn't say out your own mouth.
Right.
This is you moving within your own expectations through your actions.
Absolutely.
And you never thought how that you moving in that way. How old is your son now?
18.
18 years later, boom.
It'll be 19 November.
And that's what I mean as far as us, as far as our expectations and things that we do. Sometimes we do a lot of stuff that really don't get highlighted.
No, it don't.
Because it's not the glamorous
But guess what? I don't need the highlight.
Right. Listen, we the brick and mortar.
I do not need the highlights, the accreditation. I don't need the roses. I don't need the flowers. I don't need none of that stuff. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do for my children so they can go on and do something greater than me. Right? I started this radio station so they can understand struggle. I started this radio station so they can see somebody building something from the ground up. You feel me? And understand all the struggle. And I had this conversation with my oldest daughter, and now she understands. She's like, Dad, I really didn't understand because, you raised me. You spoiled me. If I wanted it, I had it. If I needed it, I got it.
That was a different P.
You feel me? I said that was hustling P. Right. That was the money maker. You feel me? Like when I shifted on to being a radio personality, I knew I couldn't bring drugs into my dream, bro.
You gotta change your lane up.
So I cut off a lot of those lanes, bro.
There we go.
And as much as I wish to God I could have kept them open, you feel me? Just to satisfy the people that are in my life. You feel me? Just to give them here. Matter of fact, here, take it. I don't want it.
Like to do.
But I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that at the radio station, so I changed. So for the first 3 years of the radio station, you feel me? I was struggling, bro. Like mentally struggling, like trying to keep this motherfucker open, trying to make sure bills was coming through. We got businesses that say they down, but not really down. They got businesses that want greater expectations than they're paying for. You feel me? We got people that want to see things, and then we got inconsistent people. You feel me? And then
that goes with the pillar.
That goes with the thing, right? Inconsistent people. First 3 years, so from 2017 to 2020, then the DA calls me and they give me a job, right? And I'm making money and I'm able to do things. I'm able to pay for the radio station and take care of my kids. You feel me? Slowly but surely, I'm able to do this, right? I'm building myself up, right? Everything's going good, right? We get a new space. Things happen. You feel me? And then PA Humanities called me. Now, brother, I got 2 jobs. Paying me $75,000 a year per job. That's $150,000 together, plus the radio station. Guess what's suffering the most? The radio station. Because I'm constantly out in the community. I'm always on a plane going somewhere. I'm always doing this. And then
that took away from your time with your kids.
That took away from the time that I had with my kids. But guess what? I had money, so everybody was cool.
But here we go.
I could get the hotel room.
Let's hold that though.
Go ahead.
Because you said earlier, you know how we say money can't buy you love, and it's not.
I learned that. Right.
So here we go. Circa your situation with your expectations that we've been talking about since the start of this episode, Evolutionary Minders, is just adulting, and more adulting. And as you see, there's so many levels that comes with the adulting piece. We're standing in the space, but also moving around a little bit on the space as far as adulting when it comes to the expectations of the father with their kids, okay? And also the expectations that, here we go, the father have of towards the mother of their kids, because I know for a fact, this is my own personal experience, just hearing people talk time and time again. Everybody talk about these things. I mean, one thing that don't ever come up before we do have kids on any level are those real expectations that we have with each other. And that goes hand in hand, because when you're dealing with a kid, obviously both mom and dad, both parents got to kind of have some level of being on the same page. It don't got to be identical.
What do I expect? I think every man expects the same thing.
Well, let's get the list. Let's crack it out.
Right.
What are, here we go, evolutionary minded. I need y'all to chime in on this. I mean, we'll be looking, and we're making our own list up here, by the way. But what are the expectations that the father puts on the mother towards their kids that nobody's ever talked about? Because I don't remember the last time any man, I haven't seen it. We all have our own set, and I know there's no one way. So if we could create a set of expectations that the fathers to the kids want from the mothers to their kids, what does that look like?
The first and foremost, before you can give anything to your kids, you got to be able to get that to your partner.
Okay, so you say look within.
Like,
if your partner, and it's true. And here you go.
Before I
understand why you're saying it.
No, it's true.
I said I understand why you're saying it.
Okay, and everybody on here understands why I'm saying it too. If they don't understand why I'm saying it, you can't give anything to your kids that you don't already have.
Right.
In abundance.
Starting with love.
Starting with love and respect.
And respect.
Now,
and then communicating.
In creating a kid, if you create a kid out like I did, right, so many times, I understand why my situations go crazy.
Okay.
I get it, because they were created in crazy situations.
Right.
I was running from myself and not being truthful with myself.
Okay.
I was not capable of standing where I am
you
standing right now. I don't need nobody else to tell me about that. But one thing I have always given any of my is respect.
Respect.
You understand what I'm saying? So if I give you respect, and communication, I can listen to you talk about whatever's bothering you, and I can let you know. Before, same thing. It was always, I'm listening to you. So what do you need? Oh, you need that? Bang. Pop up the next day, you got it. You feel me? Oh, I need this. Oh, bang, you got it. Bang, bang, bang. I'm giving you.
You were Johnny on the spot.
Every time. You feel me? Oh, my bills due. Here, $500. Here, pay your bills.
So what expectations did you set by being Johnny on the spot?
The expectation of being...
That you set in... The mom's perspective.
The expectation of being that person, but understand that people change. You feel me? But one thing that my cousin told me this, he was like, bro, if you've always been P, then that's all people are gonna ask for.
Right.
You feel me? You're changing.
Mm-hmm.
You're growing.
True.
Right? If you're not communicating that you're growing to other people, that you're changing to other people, they're gonna still expect the P you were before. So I had conversations. I said, listen, I'm starting a radio station. I'm not hustling no more. I'm quitting all that stuff. I'm not going to have the money to do all this stuff. I need you to look at me differently. You feel me? But listen, understand.
Is that an easy sell?
No, it's not an easy sell, especially when the person looking at you doesn't want to see you differently. When they only
even when y'all have something invested together. Which is a child or children.
Right.
That a person's own private agenda.
They follow. So what happened was my first wife, you feel me? She was mad. She was upset. You feel me? So once she got mad, everybody else got mad. Once she felt some type of way, everybody else felt some type of way. So it's like, oh, damn. You feel me? Like,
and if you do?
Damned if I do, damned if I don't. You feel me? Like, it didn't make sense. So the radio station, like I said, again, I got the job. I started working. I started making money. And then my mother died. Right. And for me, I didn't want to be here. I didn't want to be here and continue to deal with
failed expectations.
Bro, like, do you know how heavy that
you
is?
see?
Do you know how that I know about failed expectations that I am failing at? Okay. You feel me? Not capable of doing what I should be doing.
Okay.
Just need some time to get through that. And that's all I asked for.
And I can't give you a ballpark figure how much time I'm gonna need.
I don't know. But
the healing is gonna be different, right?
But if you give me time, right, and you talk to me like you love me, I will grow. But you can't give me no time, yell at me at every chance you get, and fuss at me every second you get, and mad at me every moment you get, and anything I say, anything I'm retarded, I'm slow. Like, huh?
And all that's being said, so then peep this. I'm just letting everybody say all that's being said because a lot of times the mom want the dad to do something for the kid.
Not just something for the kid. I don't have a problem with doing something for the kid, but you can't call me on Tuesday and expect it Wednesday. Right? You got to give me some time. You feel me? And also, if I don't have anything, that's why I'm not doing anything. Have I not shown you that when I have, I do? Have you not seen that when I have, I do? So obviously, Dad ain't got it right now. Let me chill out. Let me comment. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for you to absolve me of all my parental duties. I'm not asking you to not bring my kids to my house to hang out with me. I'm not asking you for none of that.
So expectations that a man would want from a woman when it comes to their kids.
Respect
that the mom always shows respect towards. First, here you go. Respect themselves first, so they won't come into a situation.
Because you're teaching your children
self-love and respect, so they won't feel like they're toxic.
Right.
That they're not. Well, I don't like to call kids baggage. I'm talking about the emotional baggage that both man and woman bring to a relationship before they make the kid, and they're unresolved, and all of a sudden the kid come. Now that's a whole nother hill of beans, right? That you got to deal with because you're in the pressure of stepping up. But we also didn't address the elephant in the room, which is these other ill wills that me and you have. And guess what? We just created the Frankenstein version of you and I. So honestly, evolutionary minds, in my opinion, we do have to be on our P's and Q's. And as you see, as P was explaining, as far as I asked him earlier, what were the expectations that man would put on mother to his kids? Well, he said tenfold one before we even get into the kid thing. They got to kind of like love and respect themselves.
Yes, they do.
Because they don't do that. We already walking into a it show, as they would call it, a shit show. Right? You pretty much driving blind, going 150 miles per hour.
Boy.
And there's plenty of obstacles on the highway. It's not a clear highway. At some point, you're going to bang into something. So, with that being said, the next piece out of once the woman respects and have that self-love and self-worth for herself. The next piece of that P would be what? As far as a man's expectations to the mother of their kid. I'll say this for me. If you do have the respect and all that in check, that first step we just talked about, in my opinion, it's not what you're doing for me. What are you modeling to our kids when I'm not around?
Man, can you really control that though? If you're not in the house,
not control it. Right. Here we go.
Can you really have anything to say about it?
You don't.
You don't.
Here we go. But when people come to your house with your kids, you're not allowing certain things to be exposed.
Oh, you're not allowed. Right. You're not allowed.
That's the point I'm trying. That's the point I'm trying. So here we go.
If you're not in the house together,
one of man's issues with some women with their kids. Some men say, I heard this 1,000 times over. All right, that kid always around adults who having adult conversations, and that kid is hearing too much of what the adults are saying. I mean, in them kind of situations, right? It's no harm because they're around family like that, but they're having those type of serious conversations where they're talking about people. That kid don't need to be in the room or listening. You don't need to be saying no names. Y'all just need to kind of censor that kid out of that because that kid is sponging all that.
Yes.
And that's what I mean. No, you cannot control. Nobody can do that. But certain things, it's on principle.
Yep.
Because you're not going to allow that same thing. If you have your kid at home and let's say the men over there having a grown man talk, wherever they be, right? You're not letting that son partake in that.
No.
Some point he might be in the beginning where before he even go to the left.
Absolutely.
When we start getting that feeling as a parent, I'll say it's your fiduciary right. There you go. No, the mom didn't control you from making the kid leave. No. Your expectations, what you set for yourself, all right, son, I can't give you this right now. I didn't give you enough at this moment. You're not that age where you can be in that kind of conversation. That's a bit much. So
you got to go.
Go. Kid not going to fight that. On the other end, that's what I'm talking about, that expectation. It's that same mindset. Is what I mean, because we know a lot of kids do be around a lot of chatty catties.
A lot of kids are around mostly their mothers. A lot of men. So check this out. This is back in the day. Men went to work and the women stayed home with the kids. It was always wait till your father comes home. You feel me? It was respect.
And when dad came home, what would dad take on?
Whatever happened during the day was said to dad, and dad disciplined the child accordingly.
So we coming in, we already coming as the sheriff.
Right? So, there was respect given there.
Okay. Or fear.
Communication. Respect is fear, bro.
Okay.
I don't care what nobody says, bro. When you fear something, you respect it.
You do.
You feel me? Like, and when
God,
when you don't respect something, you don't fear it. You feel me? So we can't act like they're
They
two
go hand in hand.
They go hand in hand.
They're not separate entities.
If you're scared of daddy's belt, if you're scared of mommy's belt, you will do whatever you're supposed to do in school.
You're going to get it.
Right? If you're not scared of mommy's belt and mommy ain't never put her hand on you and mommy makes excuses and mommy fights for you, then you will go to school and talk to whoever any kind of fucking way you want to.
Exactly. Okay. Period. Right.
So when we think about the kids and how they're acting today and how everything's falling apart and the kids are disrespectful and the teachers don't have enough and the teachers try to talk to the kids, it just falls apart. Right? You can't do anything because there's no one at home, which the kids are spending more time at home than they are with the teachers.
Yes, they are.
More time at home than they are.
They only get 8 hours. They only get 8 hours of school.
Right. And sometimes it's about 11 hours if you do before and after camp.
Right.
You
It's
feel
an hour
me?
apiece, so
Right.
10.
So 10, 11 hours.
24 hours a day, you got 14 at home.
13 at home, right? 13, 14 hours at home. And if mom ain't setting the standard on respect and respecting other people and being able to communicate when you feel like you've been wronged, you feel me? And she's just telling them, you better not and all.
Right, that's a problem.
Then the kids go to school and don't have no respect. Then the kids go to school and get to talking like they mom. Oh, fuck you. Oh, man. And it's like.
And that's how often is that happening?
But it happens more often than you think.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say it happens a lot.
It's a comedy, right?
It happens more often than you think. Now, when dad steps in, you feel me? The way mom respects father
is going to determine the whole life.
Is going to determine how much the children are going to listen to the father.
She always going to give you a big bandwidth. Not give you, but...
Oh, if he can't
it's like this, your bandwidth is like this, if it's all good. If she's feeling like that, she can...
If he can't
temper the anxieties.
If he can't make mom's life easier, if he can't buy clothes, sneakers, if he can't pay bills, if he can't do any of that stuff, then whatever he says does not matter.
It's not valid.
And the thing is when you laid down with him, when you decided to make him your baby father, when you didn't take your birth control, or you didn't tell him to put a condom on, and you didn't value yourself, I get it. Yes, listen, if a man wants it bad enough, if you tell him to put a condom on, he'll put a condom on.
Right.
You feel me? If a man wants to be with you bad enough, if you tell him no, he'll wait.
He'll wait.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, you make sure, like, as a woman,
set your boundaries. And
I tell my daughters this all the time, you are the boundary setter.
Yes.
You are the giver.
All day.
You're giving something. You feel me? A man is receiving something. And they can look at it the other way around. No, women are receiving it. No, you're
Either
the
way,
giver.
But you come from your man.
You're the giver because you're giving your space to a man for him to impregnate you. Because that's what sex is for.
Right.
Procreation, not for fun.
Right.
You feel me? So now sex is for procreation. You go out, you make a child. Who's responsible? We're both responsible.
We're responsible.
Regardless of whether I buy clothes, buy sneakers, give money, what I say should go for my children. I should be respected as setting the boundaries for their discipline. I should be the discipline giver, the authoritarian. Now, you got your own house, you're doing your own thing, you don't respect my words because I can't give, I can't do, then now you got to do it by yourself.
So how come, and this is just from what we hear on a day-to-day, why is money the determining factor to validate a father role with their children?
For me, it was because I gave it, because I had it, right? And that's the role. That's where they left me at, right? Me understanding now over this past year and a couple months,
because money is a factor, and it's a frustration factor.
Money is a factor. It shouldn't be that big of a factor,
but it is.
Right? Because our children are in this world where they feel as though they have to show what they have in order to be who they are.
To be sustainable.
And it's not true.
But the parents are falling for that.
Are falling for that shit. I was a victim of it, bro. When I tell you I was in it, I was all for it. You feel me? Like, yeah, I gotta have this. I gotta have this car. I gotta do this. I gotta buy these sneakers. I gotta have this shirt. I gotta have this belt. I gotta have this hat. I gotta have this. I gotta. Right. And then it's like, damn, that's what my life was about. Like, that's it.
You chasing.
I've been chasing since I was 12 years old. Oh, I'm done. I've reached my threshold with the chasing. I don't want.
I mean, that's where I'm gonna say this when it comes to adulting, especially with kids. When you take your foot off the gas pedal and decelerate, you really start to see things a whole lot better. You see the road a whole lot better.
Yeah, I wish.
Tolerance might not change. Matter of fact, you get older, it's going to be what it is, right?
That's all it can be.
And when you keep getting pelted,
right.
I'm gonna say this, evolutionary minders, and this is coming from a man's perspective. A lot of times when the ladies, mothers, we know y'all coming from a place of passion.
Absolutely.
When it comes to raising the kids, and I get it, especially when you're not in concert with the father of your kid.
You should always be in concert with the father of your kid.
Well, unfortunately, let's be honest.
No,
I'm not going to be a dreamer. There's not a lot of concert going on.
Guess what? And it's not a lot of concert because she didn't witness a lot of concert in her life.
Right.
Well,
what we mean by concert is that y'all just able to ebb and flow,
right.
Even when things don't go your way.
Right.
You don't got to go your way in order for us. Here we go. We got variables on the table. Kids. We keep saying we're doing this thing was best for the kids. I get sick and tired of all the cliche things. I'm doing this for the kids. I'm doing this for the kids. And then when push come to shove, you come to find out all these things you're saying and advocating for the kids, you could give two you know what about the darn kids. So if you're going to put that as your calling, you know what I mean, your public service announcement to people that we're doing this for the kids, well, everything you do in life, and it goes with each other. Because we keep saying this same cycle, and we can't put race on it, but we only can speak from the black community. Mom and dad, with their kids, it's common now for mom and dad not to be on the same page. It's common for mom and dad not to be together. It's common for mom to kind of be bitter and be allowed to be bitter towards dad because past transgressions or failed expectations didn't meet, and now every time I'm with you, I'm going to just beat your side of the head until you step your game up. Is it fair? On one end, it's a form of accountability, but it's a brash in your face accountability. We as men, we know that we should be able to take that onslaught. But some men just not good at dealing with pressure when it's applied in that form. And guess what we do? We become reclusive, meaning we hit the retreat button where we just say that, uck it, man, know what, you got it.
What else I'm going to do?
Here we go, evolutionary minders. What good is that doing for the main person or the main being, the kids?
It's about the kids. It shouldn't be about nobody else but the kids. But this is what happens when adults are still growing up.
And there's no time, there's no age, because you're going to continue to grow up.
Bro, you're gonna evolve every year. If you're not getting 1% better every day, you're doing it wrong, right? So you're gonna evolve. You're gonna change. Your mindset's gonna change. The things that you value at a certain age are not gonna be the same things that you value at this grown ass age that you're becoming, right? So I get that, right? I do understand that, but if you start off with communication and respect,
there we go,
and just those two things, right? Just having those two things, healthy communication and a respect for other parents. I respect all five of the mothers of my children, bro. I do not disrespect them. Now, was I wrong in my behavior before? Absolutely, I can own that. You feel me? I have no problem with owning that.
Life.
But now, you feel me? And I guess that's the problem. I don't know this new you. Right. That's the saying. I don't know this new. What do you mean you don't know this? This new me is not that change that it's me.
And that struggle gonna always be there.
And I'll tell you everything. I will be accountable to the fact that I wasn't able to show up and I wasn't able to do anything because I didn't have no money in my account. If I don't have it, understand this, and I'm saying this to anybody that watches this and wants to share it and wants to give it to any of my baby moms, right? Any of the mothers of my children. I'm sorry for calling them baby moms.
It's all good.
If I don't have it, I just don't have it.
Right.
There's no money in my bank account. I'm not sitting here holding on to money and for what? I like to give to my children. I like to see the smiles on my kids' faces.
There's a lot of ways you can get a smile out of a kid's face besides buying them.
Listen.
You can turn to a kid yourself and do fun stuff with
you
them.
can drop them off to me. I will take them. See, that's the problem. That's the thing, right? If he takes them and gets to expressing how much he loves them and how much he wants to see with them, and they get to doing little podcasts with dad and telling dad how they feel and all this other stuff, dad don't run from accountability.
Right.
I'm not running from it. Come up here. I got 3 microphones. Come up here and tell me how you feel. Tell me what I'm not giving to you. Tell me what you're not receiving from me. We don't have to put it out. We can watch it. Right. We don't have to go live. We can record it. But now you know that you said this, and guess what? Now you can hold me accountable.
Now you own it.
Now
maybe that's the direction you should go to.
I've been in that direction, and nothing has ever been said because my children know me.
And that's where we need to stay in that vein.
Now, if I have all the last 3 of my baby moms up here, it'll be a whole, motherfucker. But they'll all say the same thing. Why? Because they're all following each other.
Right. And I just think that's just from a place of an aim the failed expectations they had of you as the parent to their kids or towards them, which is still not fair. I know, man, in these situations, I've been blessed to not have to have multiple mothers to my children, and I can say this on 100,000 levels, man. I'm blessed to be able to have one mother to all of my kids.
Yeah, I wish so.
And because I say that because I see it,
boy,
I hear it.
Boy.
I have siblings, I have friends, close, but all that. This thing is real.
It's
I mean,
beyond
and
real.
every man I have talked to behind the scenes, evolutionary minders, has been cut from the same thing. They all want to do by their kid.
That's it.
But because of that pieces, those critical impasses, the communication piece, right?
That yelling and fussing.
The respect for themselves.
You call me out my name.
Right.
You call me a bitch, bro.
The condescending,
you know what happens with a
condescending attitude when we're trying to engage. We get it. We feel your pain. You don't got it with the onslaught. But understand,
but it ain't real pain. It's not real pain.
Right. Well, here we go. Whatever you're going through.
Because before, when I had the money, it was about the time.
Right.
Now I don't have the money. It's about the money.
It's the pain about
it's whatever I don't have. You can't keep it.
It's the pain of not having.
Bro,
so I get it. I'm not justifying. But unfortunately, this is where they got to stop standing their ground with that. You gotta let it go. Because when we going to move forward, here we go. I can't speak for all men. I will hope that men are willing to kind of come to some middle ground with the mother of their kids to forget using the word make it work. I think that's cliche as well. Let's do a better term. It's not called to make it work, but to continue to pour into your kid.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Every day.
I'm not trying to make nothing work. I just want to continue pouring into the kid.
Every day.
To one, either take my last breath or until my kid has evolved into the young man or woman that they are.
Yes.
And even then, they still going to be coming from them pearls because now it's a relationship.
Boy.
And the crazy thing is, this is one thing I want to say that's very eye-popping and profound. I'm just going to bust your head here, P. It's funny how father or mother can have all these great relationships with their kids. That kid is also representing the person who they are at the most conflict with.
Right.
That's the father or the mother. So you can get along with the kids unconditionally. And that kid carrying even 1/10 of the DNA. And we know it's way more because that's the father to the kids. How come if we're willing to take them chances and understand our children, both moms and dads, y'all get what I'm saying to this, how come we don't have that same energy when it comes to each other? Not for the betterment of our kids, to salvage our kids, but to continue the path of putting our kids in a position to be the best version of themselves.
Because you're not going to be okay with someone you saw being it, not being it and being it for someone else.
Right.
Even though I love my baby moms.
Right.
You feel me? Like love them.
Right.
Like literally. But it doesn't hurt me to see them with somebody else.
No.
It doesn't upset me to see them giving time.
You have matured
to some, even when I was younger
and evolved
again.
Or because you had options.
Not options because I don't have any options right now. I'm currently, you feel me? Right. No, I'm currently optionless. You feel me? Like I cleaned the whole table off when my mom passed away. Well, everybody get the fuck away from everybody.
You need to handle your affairs
because y'all tripping. Like, honestly, I thought it was all fun and games. I thought we was having fun. I thought we was able to enjoy it, but I can't.
Everything got real, so your walls closed in with your last.
Now, have I tried to reach back out to certain ones that I saw a glimmer of hope in? Absolutely.
But it just at that point.
Guess what? My arms don't reach that far.
That's it.
You feel me? Like, my arms don't reach that far.
Right, don't reach that far.
My arms ain't strong. Ain't long enough to box with God. You understand what I'm saying?
Truly.
And my arms don't reach that far. So, for me, being by myself and understanding what I want to give to my children and what I want my children to understand who I am, you feel me, and how much love I have, I will never talk bad about no parent to my child. I will never talk bad in a way. I will always tell my children respect your mother.
And it's crazy that you say that. And I'm going to say this, or imitate life, because right now, our good brother Uncle P is rocking a Punisher shirt, right?
You feel me?
I mean, the shirt alone is, this man is talking about his perspective, it kind of go hand in hand because sometimes you gotta be ready, right?
Bro, respect your mother. Your
You
mother.
gotta stay ready, meaning,
Bro.
look, you know what's coming, and we know that when you get locked, step, and key with the other half, when it comes to the kid, there's a lot to be desired that's on that plate. One, we know the system. Let's be honest. Overall, the system will always favor the female anyway. So
only if the female has correct living
right,
accommodation.
right.
You feel
But
me?
here we go. I'm gonna say this
So
in comparison to, unfortunately, it's why I always say I always challenge our men to step up because right now, even with that, overall, we don't have the ammunition. Every one man that can provide a stable shelter, there's several that don't have that. They living with moms as well, or they're doing whatever. They Rolling Stone, wherever the hat lay, that's their home, right? So with all that being said, that piece is a very significant, in my opinion, piece to this whole puzzle. There's no moving forward until that part, because in that mind, nothing's ever going to change until that us as men start to kind of have a better overall profile. A lot of times women be saying stuff to the man that's upstanding doing this thing, not even knowing that they got a man that's doing their thing because they have so many bad experiences in the past with men that haven't been able to settle to the ball and lead when it comes to raising their kids. And one thing for sure, too, is certain, it is way more difficult to raise a kid if y'all both underneath the same roof versus having everything underneath the same roof where I'll say this, in my situation, accountability is always going to be first front and forward, out and out in the open because we underneath the same roof. You know, we can immediately address that situation. You don't have to go call me and all of a sudden wait hours on it until I get to you whenever I'm able to available get to you. When you have that person in the same habitat, that means something. And you can address things head on and we in this thing together unless you decide to go as a stage level. I know from personal experience that temperament is a whole lot different.
A whole lot different.
A whole lot different. And if you have a real one, must I add to that? And I will never downplay, you know what I mean, my situation. I have a real one because of that. And I'm going to speak it because I'm blessed to have a real one. It makes that peace with the kid, oh my goodness.
So much better.
We always have crucial conversations. We had one this morning.
Right.
You know, in regards to with our kids. And it's a good crucial conversation.
Right.
And at the end, we both like, all right, now we know what we got to do.
Right.
We going to continue
Every
to pour
day.
into our, and we enjoy it because we really break it down. I'm not saying we perfect because we're not. But I can say we do talk.
We are fighting a war.
Yes.
Right? The war doesn't have to be between men and women. Right? The war has to be familial, meaning what do we want to see for our children? See, because they're going to outlive us.
Always.
Hopefully. They outlive us.
Yes.
You feel me? And they're going to go on to live the same types of lives that we're showing them how to live.
And making decisions and dealing with adversity.
So if we do not discuss our decision-making process, if we do not discuss conflict resolution, if we do not discuss how to forgive people and move forward, if we do not discuss how to give grace, if we do not discuss how to love, if we do not discuss how to pick your partners, if we do not discuss if we don't talk to our children,
grab your pen and pad and scratch this down, folks.
We are done as a people.
That's a lot, right?
And I get it. Back in the day, they weren't worried about this, right? And that was the thing, right?
But now we have to be worried about it.
It was better for a child to be seen and not heard.
Yep.
So they didn't care about your opinions. Here at the radio station, I tell children to come through here every day and talk about what you see. Right. Talk about your feelings. Talk about your family. Talk about whatever you need to talk about. It doesn't have to go live.
No.
But just get it out, right? That way you see it. That way you see it and you set it and you understand it. Now, if I feel like it's a deep situation, I'm going to call Leroy Ambrose.
Right.
I'm going to call my therapist and say, yo, I need you to come up here on a Thursday. Yo, I need you to come back on Thursday. Then you're going to have a conversation. I'm going to shut this door. I'm going to walk away. You feel me? Because talking about your issues solves your issues.
Yes.
Getting it out there in the open and stop hiding behind whatever it is that you like to put up. I don't care if it's the clothes, if it's the car, if it's the money, if it's the shoes. I don't care what it is. Put all that shit to the side because it's material shit and it don't really help you.
So that's what we need to be telling. That's what we need to be. That's the communication piece that the mom and dad need to have.
Right. All that
Especially
shit.
when they come in, because always lead with, "What have you done for me lately?"
Bro,
Meaning a kid,
I've
right?
loved you. I've prayed. I pray for my children every fucking day. Every day, I pray for my children, understanding and compassion and understanding. They're dealing with a temperament of children that are spoiled, that are unregulated, that are not looked at as their kids. They're adults in little bodies that don't make sense. And I tell my
I like
I
that.
tell my children every day, right? When I talk to them, I tell them every day, I love you,
Right.
right? And you're gonna make decisions today that might upset some people, and you have to be okay with upsetting
Stand,
people.
stand your ground.
Stand your ground.
That's it.
If someone disrespects you, you don't have to disrespect them
But
back.
still stand your ground. That you
Stand your
won't.
ground.
That's
Hold,
it.
hold, hold, hold. Calm down. You feel me? I understand you're a little mad right now. You feel me? And maybe we could talk about this some
But
other
not
kind
that
of
bad,
time.
man. Let's
Maybe
come.
but this is stuff that I already had in me. See, I
Right.
picked up all that other shit running the streets. I picked up all that other shit because I thought this stuff was weak.
And,
That I thought communicating was weak. I thought talking and telling
and
people
that's
how
a
I felt was
major
weak.
weapon when it comes to parenting. It's a major weapon when it comes to the conflict of interest between man and woman.
Bro, pick up all that other shit, and all that other shit didn't do nothing but cover up the fact that I love to talk.
That's it.
Every issue that I run across at the radio station, I always say, nah, come talk to me.
Right.
Like, come talk. If somebody has an issue with me in the street, come talk to me.
You need to be in the know. That's it.
If somebody has an issue with me, call me on the phone. I don't run from no confrontations.
Not supposed to. In
Now, if
my-
you want to fight, that's different.
Yeah.
I'm not fighting because niggas got guns. Now, wait until I get my part, and then I can buy my gun, then we can fight.
Well,
You
this
feel
is
me?
what
Because I got a
we've
gun,
been
you got a
walking
gun.
into
You feel me? Like,
with mom and dad. They fighting. We fighting.
I'm not.
And I guess the main thing is, are we fighting for all the right reasons, or is it are we fighting for personal, either to just stick it to your partner, former partner, or for personal gain? And there's no manual. Like you see that we're talking like
None.
I'm sure no man with another man that would ask that question would not use as the things that they
None.
would look for in their partner.
None.
So I feel like honestly, evolutionary minders, is that we need to start continue to have that conversation
Bro.
and you see how these episodes tying together. It's always gonna lead to communication. But I feel like the adulting piece. Because we took two things, adulting as well as the shit with the nurturing your kids. And P and I had discussed that extensively.
This morning.
We was regurgitating both sides. You know, he gave you sides of him as a father as well as myself, but he definitely gave you aspects and perspectives from just this thing called adulting and the ill wills that come with that,
Bro.
the mindset, the passion where
Bro.
it's like you're right there,
Right
you're
there.
on the cusp of something,
Yes.
and then all of a sudden
It falls.
it gets snatched on your feet.
Mm.
You know, certain things happen, right? Where jobs,
Mm.
health situations, just life situations, everything isn't always cut and dry.
I quit my job.
And that's adulting. You quit your job for a greater good.
I quit my job.
And
Not-
it was a
Not so
calling.
much for a greater good. All right, keep it funky.
You're still here.
I quit my jobs because I was gonna go somewhere and kill myself.
Okay. Gotcha.
You feel me?
So you protected your peace.
I was burnt out, bro.
All right.
Helping people see who they can be
And see,
when they never ever thought they could be that.
That's adulting.
It burns you out.
So
Helping
what-
people see past their mistakes to see a better future.
Mhm.
It constantly, every day, can burn you out, right? Helping people get their stories out and be accountable for what they're saying about someone else, it burns you out. So I was
You was close to the
literally,
cheese, man.
literally, it was 4 years. I was in it from the beginning to, and then it was just like, yeah, I'm done.
Tired.
And I didn't really weigh it. I didn't weigh it with the money. And everybody said, "Why you quit your jobs, bro?" I didn't weigh the money.
And you is how you felt.
I weighed my peace,
That's it.
and my peace was that. It wasn't even it just slammed down to the floor. I said, "Oh yeah, I gotta quit."
That's it.
Right. So I went to the jobs and I explained to them, "Listen, I love what you're doing in the community. I love how you're helping. I love how you're getting what we need to get done. But I can't do this anymore. You feel me? And it is because of my mom, but it's more so it's because of me, right?
Right.
Whenever you hear someone that hired you say you're making more money than anybody in the office, it's a problem. You understand what I'm saying? And that wasn't my intention, right? I didn't have the intention to make more money than anybody in the office.
But it breeded that, right?
Right. So now I already know how you're viewing me. So on top of that, it was like, all right, yeah, I'm done. Yeah, I really want to cuss people out.
That's what adulting make you do.
But I was burnt out, bro. I didn't have no
Adulting.
energy.
Adulting.
I didn't get an opportunity to cry because after my mother, it was my cousin. After my cousin, it was my grandfather. After my grandfather, it was my great grandmother. You feel me? After her, it was my aunt, right? So it was like that whole year was just like lost.
Pushing you further into the abyss.
Right? And I'm going further and further into my depression to a point where I'm in the Dominican Republic with a big bottle of rum.
Tequila ready.
Drunk as shit with a razor in my hand. Ready to slit my wrist. Because I don't want to feel the way I'm feeling anymore.
Right. Try to numb it out.
And then my phone rang. And it's my son.
Right. Reminder.
Yo, Pop, what's up? I'm crying. You feel me? My birthday the next day. I don't even want to be here for my birthday, bro. Yo, Pop, what's up? Ain't nothing. What's up with you? How you feeling? I'm good. You out there in Dominican? I know you out there. I said, nah, bro, I've been in this room. He said, what? I said, what's wrong? Yeah, man. Oh, you drinking? Okay. You all right?
Right. That's right. Because y'all used to have a conversation. See?
I said, yeah, I'm good. He's like, all right, I love you. I love you too. I see you when you get home.
Pretty much said, get your butt home. Woke you up. I had to wake you up. Think about it. Right?
At that point, my son was in the 12th grade. And I knew that if I did that, that would totally derail him. Now, I'm not saying I'm only concerned with my son.
Right.
Because I was concerned for my other children. Mm-hmm. But how important he's been in my life.
Right.
The conversations that we've had.
Facts.
I feel more connected to him.
And that conversation literally brought all that to fruition, right?
And it was like, all right, fuck it, I gotta go home. I don't want to go home. I don't want to be here no more. But I have to keep on moving.
Right.
I was still working. And I've only been unemployed since the summertime to now, right?
Right.
It's not a bad thing.
But it's a challenging thing, especially with what we're talking about.
Absolutely.
With these, here we go. These expectations for yourself as a man.
And they high.
And then as a father.
They should be high.
But I'm going to say this.
They should be high.
Let me give you some flowers on the air right now, good brother. Because sometimes I feel like this is what we do on our show, Revolutionary Minds, is that we got to take time to recognize when greatness is happening in our presence, right? We have a man over here who obviously he's a progenitor. He has kids. Here we go. One thing that you hear from this man through this whole conversation was his passion for his kids. That no monetary dollar figure could ever equate to that. That even now while we're on the air, it can bring those type of raw emotions, right? And bring you back to those spaces. And that's why today's episode of adulting, and more adulting. What P just explained to you right there in that last 5 minutes kind of just encapsulates everything that we were trying to talk about with that in mind. That it's hard. You're trying to keep yourself together. You're trying to make moves. You're trying to do this and that and the third. And then with this adulting piece, you have a kid or kids or children with somebody. And unfortunately, y'all not together. And there's other expectations that come with that. And all these pressures that come to man, eventually, as they say, pressure starts to bust pipes. And it's hard for a man to keep himself sane. It's hard for anybody to keep their levels. Hey, P, I commend young P for just knowing he probably just sensed that he just wanted, it's your day, right? And bring you back. And I know it's painful to kind of, look, you admitted 3 times on the air that, I was at that place.
Yeah.
Do you know how brave you are for even saying that on air? I know you personally. That ain't something that you just throwing out there like, hey, no. And it's commendable that you are working through what you're working through.
So when I say I don't have it all figured out, when I say it's fluid.
Right. It's like putting it in a container. It's going to take the shape of wherever it is for that day.
And I understand that, right? I've been trying to and you you don't remember when people say things to you, but you remember how you felt when you heard it, right? I don't know
Yes.
when I heard this or when my dad told me this, but he said, in life, you have to be like water, right? And I know he was talking about Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee,
We
yep,
used to
yep.
watch these
The
karate
infamous, yep,
movies. You feel me?
love it.
Took me down to when the YMCA was still
Mhm.
open
Mhm.
on 7th Street. You feel me? Took me over there. I was in the karate class. Um, you have to understand that you have to be like water and move to the place of least resistance, right? Eventually, water makes its way through. It doesn't
Mhm.
matter, right? If it has to crack rock, it makes its way through. You feel me? But it doesn't make its way through without finding the path of least resistance. So be okay with
Mhm.
doing things over and over and over until
Yep.
you get it right.
Mhm.
You feel me? Like, because once you get it right, it's a wrap, right? So for me, that's what being a man is about, right? I don't have a problem with getting on here and telling people how I feel because this is my shit. You feel me? Like it's my radio station, and I don't want anyone to think that I'm asking them to say how they feel, and I'm not capable of saying how I felt.
Right.
You feel me? So yeah,
That's brave, man. Listen,
yeah,
we bare our souls sometimes, right? And that
absolutely.
conversation right there at the end, that's normally what we have off air.
Huh.
Time to time, hey, the topic that we had today was going to speak directly into your vein. So at the end of the day, you owe nobody no apologies for being honest and transparent. I think once again, if one person is watching and can relate to your plight, you have done your job for the day. You feel me?
Right.
And listen, I'm glad. Listen, young P, thanks for calling your dad because we wouldn't be on this show today if he ain't getting
If
so
he-
snapped back into reality.
listen,
And
if
guess what? We're gonna continue to push because we know this thing called adulting. It's a doozy.
it is.
It's a doozy. And then we take adulting with the expectations that we set for ourselves as men,
Yes.
with our kids.
Right.
You see the pain, folks. See, it's not rehearsed. You know what I mean? There's nobody saying cut and put
No.
makeup in this guy. You know, this is what it looks like that y'all don't understand. We do give a damn.
We do.
And we want greatness. And guess what? We might not see that. I'm not even gonna call it the soft side, because that's not being soft. That's him taking his walls down and saying, look, this is what's behind all of that. Me being a protector. This is
I
how
don't
I
have
feel inside.
I don't have no walls up. My
Right.
walls I'm at the castle doors
Right.
after my walls have been shot down and depleted and torn apart and torn asunder.
I told her Sunday. I love it.
And people are standing in front of me wanting to attack, and I'm asking why.
Right.
Why are
Well,
you why would you want to attack
this
me?
is your burning. This is your burn, your penance.
You feel me?
And guess what? Nothing's gonna be on your shoulders that you can't bear.
Yeah.
And you're a big guy.
But
Listen.
on the other side I got the biggest gun.
Yeah,
You feel
no,
me? Like,
no.
and I'm not using it.
Guess what? Stay humble. From a conversation that we talked about earlier, they don't understand when you said that, and that's fine. We're gonna elaborate on that. That's why I say stay humble. Continue to work in your craft.
I
Because
will.
eventually it's going to do its part. But anyway, revolutionary minders and revolutionary minds, thanks for tuning in today. We have had a very good conversation when it comes to this adulting thing. Yes, we are keep on coming back to that talking point so you understand it, because some people are probably just tuning in and hearing the last back of this episode here. Understand that adulting is a tough thing. And also know that when you tie that in with trying to be a stand-up parent, even when you and the mother of your kids aren't together, and those expectations that fall on both sides, and the lack of thereof communication, the main question is evolutionary minders is what is one to do? We can't speak from the female perspective, but from the male perspective, we already know what time it is. And we just gave you a glimpse of what it looks like behind the scenes. Hope you can take something from this. I feel like this was a very good conversation and one in which we can kind of dive and delve into even more. Definitely would love a female's perspective even more so. Not to cause the big debate. No. I repeat, not to cause a big debate. More so less so we can start having these mature conversations.
Absolutely.
We're not kids. We're not 18 years old in this room. You do the math here. It's almost 100 years worth of
Damn.
wisdom. And I'm going to say that gracefully. I'm glad I hit that because
100 years worth
killed
of
the
wisdom.
stereotype of 18, made it. Killed the stereotype of 21, made it. Killed the
Right.
stereotype of 30, made it. Killed the stereotype of 40, made it. Guess what? Almost 100 years of wisdom in this thing, man.
Damn right.
Let's start putting some respect on that.
Yeah.
With that being said, I am the good brother of the Revolutionary Minds. Signing off with my good brother from a different mother.
Yeah, it's me, always crying.
Uncle P. Right. The nice chill one right now for the moment.
Right.
But guess what? We're going to come back next week and give you see even more of this here.
Mm-hmm.
So until then, just wet your soul.
Right.
Feed your soul. Take what you needed from this conversation. Spread it, share it. Hey, listen, we just want to make sure we reach one.
That's it.
We're not doing this for ops at all, for the optics.
No.
Just reach one. One of y'all tune in,
It's enough.
listening. It's enough.
It's enough, bro.
And this continue to be the stand-up fathers that we know that's inside of you.
Right.
Get out of your own way,
Continue
please.
to fight. Continue to fight.
Continue to fight.
Continue to fight.
As you see, it's not the easiest,
It's
but
not.
better days will come.
Yes, they will.
With that being said, I'll give you the good old peace.
Peace.